Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the show at Rise Up Show with me, your host, the Queen Bee, Dani. How are you feeling?
As we chat this morning to the devilishly handsome, the fabulously wonderful, the incredibly knowledgeable Mr. Fidel Hill, the modern man. Good morning. Jodie Salt, good morning. Babna Reddy, good morning. Elise Woodbine, good morning. The devilishly handsome Ian Dixon, good morning, sir.
Shut up, for f***'s sake. Jesus.
The fantastic Lizzie Jackson Barrett, good morning. Josephine, Sandra, everybody, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Oh, it looks strange in here, doesn't it? Eh? Flipping heck. This is it. It's just me and my clipboard and the leftover crap that's in this bedroom. But we are so very nearly to moving us all over into the new house. Do you know what's making me laugh? What's making me laugh is loads of you lot are calling it the palace. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show, Rise Up Show with me, your host, Dani Wallace. I am the Queen Bee, as are you, or the Royal Bee, or the King Bee, whatever your persuasion is. I hope this morning, this Tuesday, finds you well. Yesterday was an interesting show. We had the fantastic Alison Callan join us from Australia, and I wasn't able to host the show in the first half of the show. So Jojo Smith from Creative Sass, who I was going to meet yesterday to go and see the venue for Be Inspired. I need to tell you some things about this, by the way. I went to go and see the venue from Be Inspired, for Be Inspired yesterday. Oh my goodness. It is looking amazing. We've got some of our speakers are watching along this morning. Louisa Herridge, good morning, my angel. I am digging on your profile picture. Everybody go and check out Louisa Herridge's profile picture right now. She is one of our incredible speakers for Be Inspired on the 22nd and 23rd of April. If you have not got your ticket, you are gonna want it. I was there at the studios yesterday where we're going to be broadcasting to you from. It is a full TV setup. We're going to have fireworks. We've got entertainment. We've got the whole shebang going on. It's really, really exciting. So we had like a bit of a half and half. I surprised you all yesterday by tag teaming in halfway through the show, but you get me here this morning from the old Casadel Wallager. Probably for the next week or so. We're still trying to chase on the Wi-Fi. Doesn't matter, as long as we've got decent internet connection. I've got my PC here. We are still good to go. Louise is saying, I hate the leftover shit when you move house. Leave it and run. I feel like that. I'm like, kill it with fire. That's how I feel right now. There's lots of crap in here. We are booking another skip today. Those of you that know me well know that I love getting a skip. And we got one a few weeks ago, just in the run-up to us moving. And now we've made some really firm decisions about what we do not want in that really lovely new house. I said to Wallace was like, oh, we'll just need another little skip. I was like, nope, absolutely, categorically not. Get a big skip. We're going to require one in order to get rid of all of the stuff that's in here, because anything that's left here now isn't of service. And isn't it funny, the attachment that we put on things? Like, I get like precious keepsakes and things like that, but actually stuff, it's one of the things that my mum always she always laughs. Like, I don't really form any attachment to stuff. So like Wallace, for example, let me show you this. This is a Carlsberg export. There are other beers available. Beer token. Do you know what I mean by beer token? These are the things that you rob from pubs when pubs are open. Like, if you're just leaving and you've got like a quarter of a pint left, these are the things that my husband necks from and puts in my handbag. Not that he's a kleptomaniac, it just does it. And I know it isn't just us that do it. So this is a beer token. I don't want to take Carlsberg Export pub robs into my new house. And he's like, that's a perfectly good pint glass. Don't want it in my new house, but it's going in the skip. Please tell me I've just confessed. Have I just confessed to taking beer tokens from pubs? Am I the only one? Nikki, are you nodding back there? I'm not the only person. Oh, thank goodness for that. I don't want to be the only person who's just admitted to beer tokens. Not beer tokens. What are they called? I'm sure they're called, but no, the beer token. What are they called? Nikki, you've got one. Hang on, get backstage here. We're not done yet. So she's got a Budweiser one. I've got a collection. We've got a lot of those beer trophies. Yeah, pub trophies or beer trophies. I've got a collection. Right, I'm going to name a shame. We've got Jules Kelly has got a collection of them. We've got Rachel Bell. She's done it too. Shell Show It. No, Shell Show It is saying, where have you gone, Shell? I'm not the only person. Shell Show It is another one of our incredible speakers at Be Inspired. Going to be talking about body confidence and style. You lot are just in for a treat if you have got your ticket already. Get your ticket. I was working it out actually. In terms of Be Inspired tickets, when you get a ticket at £89, you get the opportunity to offset whatever so the ticket price with our affiliate scheme. So you only need to sell 4 to get your ticket price back in your back pocket. So essentially you can get all of that learning, all of those bonuses, all of those freebies for free. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. If you want a Be Inspired ticket, you need to be putting ticket in the comments so we can hook you up with a link so you can get your ticket today. We're looking to do a whole bunch of things over those 2 days. One, we're looking to raise £10,000 for the Be Inspired, for the Fly Anyway Foundation. We're taking on the first of our business builders in May. So everything that we raise as part of Be Inspired is going to go to those business builders so they can access, those survivors of domestic abuse can access those business products and services to get their business off the ground so they can fly anyway. So really, really, really exciting that we're doing that as part of Be Inspired. If you were to sell, say for example, who would like £1,000? Would anyone like £1,000? Just pop in the comments if you'd like £1,000. Just say, yes, Dani, I would like £1,000, please. Right? All you need to do is grab yourself a ticket and sell 40 tickets. That's all you need to do. There's £1 in your back pocket. And with all of the ease of telling you guys how incredible the event is going to be. So if you want to know more about that, pop tickets or Be Inspired in the comments and we will hook you up with everything that you need. Louise is offloading here now. Look, we've got a full confessional. Forgive me, Dani, for I have sinned. I have about 10 from a gin festival. Oh my goodness me. Yes, Dani, I would. If you would like £1,000, Joe Wildsmith, make sure you are sharing with everybody that you know that want to get hold of a ticket. That will be a nice £1,000 in your back pocket should you do that. Gemma, you want a ticket? Let's hook Gemma up with a Be Inspired ticket link. If any of you guys that are watching have an affiliate link, Gemma's your girl. Tracy Wood wants some tickets. Yes. As part of this, what you can do is you can sign up directly. So you get a ticket. In your inbox, we'll pop up a little email and it'll say, hey, congratulations, you got your ticket, because congratulations, you got your ticket. But also it will share with you what our affiliate program is all about. So you will also be in not only with the chance for £25 per ticket that you sell, but also you will go onto our leaderboard to win a top prize of over £5,000 worth of coaching and swag with me. It is very, 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 very exciting. So we want to see us shifting 1,000 tickets. 1,000 tickets means that we will be able to raise £10,000 for the Fly Anyway Foundation. Huge, 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 huge event in the IAT. Biggest thing we've ever tried to do. It is insane. Yes, Janie, let's get our girls hooked up with some tickets so that they can jump onto the affiliate program. All you need to do, if you want £1,000, you go grab yourself a ticket at 89 and then go and tell 40 people. Go and get their inbox. Say, hey, do you want to bridge the gap between in real life events and Zoom gloom? Do you want to be edutained? Do you want to be hooked up with some incredible information, spiritual information, business information, personal information? Then you want a ticket to Be Inspired. Okay, that is enough. I am unapologetically banging the drum for it every single morning for the next 5 weeks. I don't care. I ain't sorry, as Beyonce would say, the OG Queen Bee. Right, enough of this. Enough of this. Because we have a guest this morning. We are connecting with our spiritual selves this morning, as well as getting some business shit done. We are wooing it and doing it this morning with the phenomenal Niki Kinsella. Get your backside in here with your beer tokens. Hello, your beer trophies.
I'm excited. Thank you for
I'm
having me.
excited. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So we've matchy with our beer trophies this morning. I feel like we need to take a little photo for the Instagram. We are exposing ourselves as those little pub kleptomaniacs that pub people don't like. But you've all exposed yourself as well this morning. Are you ready, Nikki? You're going to give us a smile. Let's do it with our beer trophies. I don't know if I've pressed the button. I have. I don't know why there was there's a whole delay. I'm going to try again. My phone's going really slow. I have to make sure no one blinked in the last shot, and the person that blinked was me. We're going to have to hold it and pause. Everybody say cheese. Are you ready?
Cheese.
I think I blinked again. No, I didn't. I got it. Fantastic. We are winners. We are winners. Right. I don't think that was the way you was expecting to start our conversation today.
It's fine.
But please do know that you are in absolutely safe hands. So, Nikki, tell us about what it is that you do.
Oh, God. So I'm a spiritual alignment coach, but I'm also one half of She Awakens, and the lovely Gemma Orrell, who's just said she wants to take her. She's the other half of She Awakens.
Here she is. Yay! Gemma Orrell in the house. What's up?
So just a tiny bit about me. For the last, 4 years, I've been a yoga teacher, a Reiki master. I've just, the last 12 months, done quantum holographic echo healing, which is like a next level energy healing that works with your subconscious. And then when lockdown happened, all my business was in person. So I had to completely shift everything that I was doing. So I got a business coach, did a course to take things online, and then just started creating things that I loved. So fast forward to now, Gemma and I have got a group, She Awakens, which is for the spiritually, I'm going to try and say this word, an entrepreneurial, curious female. So the woman who loves a bit of woo, who's always loved crystals, tarot cards, the moon, but has been called a weirdo.
Right.
We are embracing that. We live by like the law of attraction, meditation, part of our sort of non-negotiable daily thing that we do. And also everything that we've learned over the last 12 months, putting our business together. So we've both got our own businesses, and then we've got a joint one together. But we've just launched She Awakens membership group, which has got all those things. Every month we've got guest speakers, we've got EFT, we've got like law of attraction workshops, crystal workshops, women's health. It's just so exciting. It's just so much.
It is interesting that I feel like it's now, and I don't know if it's now or it's just the more I embrace and become open to connection, spirituality, everything that comes with it, the more it opens up, the more I realize is out there, and the more I see like friends of mine start to become more interested in it. It's funny, there's a musical, right? Beetlejuice, the film Beetlejuice.
I love Beetlejuice. Yeah,
right, same. There's a musical, it came out in Broadway, and it is brilliant, it's hilarious, brilliant musical, and there is a song in it called A Reason, right? It's called A Reason, and the song is, it's a woman of our age who is in the kind of the coaching space, and she's singing about everything happening for a reason. And it's a bit of a piss take, if I'm honest, about, people that work in our space or start connecting to spirituality. There's like a phrase in it when it says, I've got all of my crystals, and someone says, what do the crystals say? And she goes, buy more crystals. But that's kind of, it's a bit of a piss take, but it's I felt very seen when I heard the song. But actually, like, all joking aside, when you take intentional action, however you take intentional action, magic happens. And whatever you can tap into that allows you to create that focus, why not?
Exactly.
For anybody who is curious or even cynical, like, Wallace looks at me and he goes, what are you doing? And I'm burning my sage as I'm walking in my new house. I tell you what, I'm dinging my tuning fork. I'm thanking the old house as I walk into it. Thank you for holding us for 10 years, even though we weren't very kind to you. Thank you. Like this. What are you doing? Why do we do these things, Nikki?
it's all about intention, exactly what you said, isn't it? And it's all about our energy. When we do the things that resonate with us, that feel good, and we make decisions that we know are true for us, because what we're really focused on in She Awakens is allowing each woman to connect to herself. But like, what does that mean? She might have never understood the way she thinks before, because she's always put everybody else before herself, which we do as women, don't we? So it's all about stripping that back. Like, right, what do you like? What's your favorite color? What do you want for breakfast? But how, more than anything, like, how do you feel? Getting present, so stripping it back, showing people how easy it is. I know when you say meditation, loads of people roll their eyes, but it's literally just connecting to your breath, allowing yourself to notice your thoughts, not stopping them. But then you become so much more self-aware. I can count to 20 now before the lid flips off my head and flame comes out with the kids, whereas before it used to just be like, "Pah!" So now
straight, there was no even fuse. It was gone.
Yeah. Whereas now I'm like, I can feel it, and I'm like, can you stop doing that, please? And it comes up and it's coming up, and I'm like, right, you've got one more chance. Like,
then mummy's starting to breathe. Be careful when she's breathing. She's holding your shit together. She's communing with Jesus before something bad happens. But it is this, and for us laughing about it, it's just to add a bit of sort of levity to the situation, because it was interesting. I was in the car yesterday with my ops manager, Danielle, and she is phenomenal. If you haven't already, check her out. She's from Pretty Practical Business, and she's expecting at the moment. And we were talking about listening to your body. And your body doesn't just tell you physical things. The physical manifestations, the things that you feel within your body, are often reactions to things that are going on around you energetically. So when you get that sinking feeling, or when you just get a funny gut feeling about something, we often don't listen to it as well as we should. And I think that when you're pregnant particularly, and I know that it's contentious and in terms of, you know, people that can't have babies and what have you, but the first time I was ever thrust into really actually listening to what my body was telling me was when I was pregnant. Was when I started to feel things, when I started to listen to myself, when I started to hear when I was tired, when I started to hear that I felt sick. What was the reason? Why am I feeling sick? What's that all about? I think that actually, you know, that spiritual connection is that listening to ourselves that is very intrinsic to us, but we don't give ourselves capacity for. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, 1,000,000%. The first course that I ran last year was all around the chakras. So for anyone that's not very aware, the chakras are the 7 main energy centers in the body. They run down the spine, and they all represent different things, but each one of them, when it's off balance, will throw out different like symptoms. So if your root chakra's off, which is all about safety and security and feeling, you know, grounded, if you're anxious, if you're in fear, that'll wobble that. If you don't believe in yourself, or you're having some self-confidence issues, you might be feeling a little bit sick, or you can't make decisions, that's your solar plexus. If you can't speak, or there's something you want to say and you've got like a sore throat or a cough, that can be your throat chakra, because you're not communicating. And when you can understand what's going on, you're like, oh, I've got this feeling here. Oh, hang on, what's going on? What's my body trying to tell me? Then you can give it what it needs. Like, do you need to talk? Do you need to find out why you're scared? But a lot of people don't want to look, because sometimes it's not comfortable to heal. It's not. People think healing's like, oh, you know, you're laying in bed and getting better, and there's all these butterflies and flowers, and it's a beautiful sunny day, and it's not. You're in the cupboard with a box on your head, like crying.
Yes, absolutely. It's like, you know, you're saying about the root chakra and safety. You know, when the bottom falls out of your world, the world falls out of your bottom. You can't help it. You've got to go loo, haven't you? You've got to do those sorts of things. It's the sort of things that your body throws at you when you are physically manifesting symptoms. It's very interesting, and I like to say interesting as opposed to, you know, this is the exact science, you know, for you cynics out there. But actually, it's interesting when you start to tune into that, when you start to tune into what's happening all the way through, what's actually going on. And that exercise in listening, whether you call it meditation, whether you call it silence, whether you call it breath work, whatever it is, it becomes very interesting when you start to read those things, what's actually going on. And like you say, that work, that shadow work, it's all well and good going, oh, you know, I want these breakthroughs and I want magical light manifestations happening. Well, you're going to have to dig a few layers deep and find out why those things aren't present in your life right now. What have we got to feel about? Sometimes that's generational.
Yes. Yeah. I've worked a lot on the female line because that's where it's passed down through, isn't it?
Of course,
we're in our grandmother's womb because we're inside our mother when she's, and it can go back up to 7 generations, they reckon. So like I come from a line of damaged females who've had no self-confidence, been in really bad relationships. My mum had such a tough time at some point. So seeing that now, I don't want that for my daughter.
No.
And I think we are the generation that is willing to stop and look, especially because we've been forced into this weird normality, whatever's going on.
Right.
It's like, you know, last year I did so much work on myself. I think I cried for most of it. I shared it with everyone, and everyone else was like, I feel like that too. So it helped them to heal as well, because I was sort of going first, if that makes sense. Like,
Niki's doing it. How's she doing? How are you doing? And you're like, no, we're all right. We're going to keep going forward. Like follow on. Like and survivors of these sorts of things share. You know, when you've survived your healing, you realize why healers go on to heal, isn't it? They realize the massive benefit, the peace that comes from doing that kind of work, and actually the knock-on effects that has on everything in our lives. In terms of our relationships, our abundance, money, our businesses, the people who we attract into our lives in friendships, like the fact that we're here today having this conversation right now are all things that we've attracted into our lives by doing some of that work of forging our way forward. Somebody else who is really incredible in this field as well, Anne-Louise Harbut, we are the generation to bring about change. And they say when sleeping women awaken, mountains move, a Chinese proverb, and it's so powerful, right?
My body just went poof, like it recognized what you were saying.
but you do, and we are finding this with, you know, with our sisters of color right now, and they are, you know, allowing themselves to be more vocal and allowing themselves to be powerful and trying to become more fearless than us in where we are right now, trying to open our arms and saying, hey, how can we help? How can we connect? How can we help you move the mountains now? Seeing this happen around us is really, really fascinating and exciting and scary and all of those things. Like, I feel like we're here.
I think like what you've just said there and what you shared the other night when I popped on one of your lives, and you were just saying like about where you were living now, where you were going and your dream and all that. And it's like, I think when you can be vulnerable and share your journey, like I lost my mum and dad within 18 months of each other. I had a bit of a drink problem. I suffered from panic attacks, anxiety, and that's where all the holistic stuff came in. And then as it helped me, I trained in it because I was like, oh my God. Like yoga stopped me panic attacks. I just came off my medication without even thinking about it. Not suggesting anybody does that, by the way.
Don't do that caveat.
I am not.
Go and have a look at the holistic stuff and see how it can complement what you're doing, and if it feels safe to do so, go ahead.
Yeah. But when I think a lot of people feel like they've got to be perfect and they've got to get it right, and they compare themselves to a lot of other people when really no one's perfect, and we need to be helping each other and sharing the shit that we've been through and be like, right, come on, if I've done it, you can definitely do it. And when I think a big thing that me and Gemma do as well is when we're in the bin, we say, I am in the bin. This is what's happening. You know, shit's happened and I feel terrible and blah, blah, blah. But I know I'm going to be okay. And then it's like, we show that I think sharing that you're real is massive, isn't it? Because people can relate to you then.
And how on earth can you expect to be accessible to anybody if you're attempting to show up in perfection? Because there's no such thing. However we look at it, there is no such thing. So how can we attempt to reach people and serve in the way that we each want to serve within our business? Me from a speaking and articulation point of view, you from a spiritual and a business point of view, along with Gemma and all the businesses that you've created together. If you show up saying, hey, this is me and my laptop lifestyle, look at my hot dog legs, these are my, this is just how I live day to day, I don't have any shit days ever, like, it's bollocks. It's bollocks. You know, I've cried up. Just moved into my house, Nikki. Get this. Moved into my house. Lovely, beautiful new house. And all weekend, the back of my mind, I'm enjoying it and it's beautiful. I've got my island and I've had breakfast with my family at the table. We're getting up early. We're going to bed. I don't know how long that's going to last for. But we could feel ourselves growing into this house. And all the while in the back of my mind is, are you going to be able to sustain this, Dani? This could come away from you at any point. And I think it's important that we share those sorts of feelings so that everybody else can recognise it. I know what that is.
Yeah.
That's past me trying to cling on for dear life.
Yeah.
That's the me that's kept me safe for so many years, saying, hang on a minute, remember your place here. And the me who I am now, I'm growing into, this connected me, this me who sits before you today, isn't that person anymore. But there's still that person who stayed with you that entire time, whispering in your ear, you're going to fuck this up, Dani. Like, oh, I don't want to fucking up. I'm having breakfast, fuck off. I'm having my bacon butty at my island. I'm not fucking anything up.
I know, yeah. Why are you spoiling it?
Shut up.
Yeah, but in a bit, when everything's going amazing, she crawls up your back and sits on your shoulder, doesn't she? And it's knowing that we've all got one as well, because people think they're alone with that voice and that they're the only ones that have it. And it's like, no. We run a business academy for business startup entrepreneurs who like want to just be held and have baby steps and do the mindset and then, you know, like create the online business. But we talk a lot about mindset first, because I think when you're starting a business, it's like 80% mindset, 20% strategy, because if you can know it all, but if the inner bitch is going, who do you think you are? You can't do that. Look, they're going to laugh at you. And you're like, oh, just get in the cupboard.
It's more than half the battle behind the eyes and between the ears, isn't it? And
1,000,000%.
some people say to me, I do a few programs. One of them is called Be More, and it's called the Overnight Success Program, tongue in cheek, because there's no such thing. And a lot of people say to me, and I'm sure you'll hear this too, is I can't do those things. Like, I look at the people around me, these people I compare myself to, and, you know, we're running some really cool circles. I look at the women around me and they're amazing. Deep Bajwa, Abby Horn, Lisa Johnson. I look at Jane Baker. I look at Nikki Sprosen, Sarah Stone. I look at these phenomenal women that I'm surrounded with. And I think, gosh, they're amazing, these women. And people look at me and they go, well, I can't do what you do. And it's having to say to these people, and you listening right now, that the only difference between us and other people is that we're just doing it, and you've got to decide to do it. And once those decisions have been made, actually the rest of it starts to come, and that's that connection to yourself again, isn't it, Nikki?
Yeah, trusting that you know, what have you got to lose? If you make a mistake, you learn from it. You never fail. And I think people are frightened of failure, but when you twist it to look at it like, right, I can't fuck it up. Oh, well, I'll say that. You can't,
you can. We are partial to the odd fucking bugger on this show.
You can't fuck it up. So whatever happens is meant to happen, because there's a lesson along the way. And again, for people who know a little bit about the law of attraction, as things are going swimmingly and it all goes perfect and you're like, I'm on the way, and you can see the prize at the end, and then the universe kicks the back of your legs and you fall on your knees and you're like, oh, what was that for?
What was that for?
Yeah, why? And it's because you're not quite ready, because there's another little lesson to learn. But again, what you were just saying about comparing yourself to other people, going back 12 months, I would never have dreamt that I would be working with anybody else, because I was in that, I was just pretty much finding my feet and starting out. And I was like, oh, I can't do that. Look at her. And now together, me and Gemma, and she was one of the people that I compared myself to. And I'm sure she'll say the same. We're together helping other, like pulling other people up, going, come on, you speak there and you do this and you can work with them, what about that? And putting people together, and it feels amazing.
I think opening yourself up to working with someone is a real phenomenal experience, very different than, you know, obviously we want to be building our own businesses and focusing on our own corner of the world. And I partnered up with the phenomenal brand strategist, Nikki James, last year, and we did the Rockstar Level Up together. And that was a real interesting exploration into, I think it's a trauma response when you have this hyper independence where you do everything yourself And my sister shared something like this morning. If anyone follows our Gemma, she shared something like this morning. Gemma is a viciously independent person, but it's a trauma response that she doesn't want to get let down by people because she has been sorely let down by people. It's a way of protecting herself. And often we find ourselves like this in business, where we become fiercely independent and we just want to work on our own and actually don't open ourselves up to trust or opening ourselves up to alignment and collaboration, and then, we compare and all of that sort of stuff. And actually, when you start to put that down and start to allow, that is really beautiful. Well, like you say, when a partnership like yours and Gemma's comes together.
Yeah, and we can't do everything, and we can't be everything for everyone, can we? Because there'll be people out there that we're not the right people for, but we'll be like, have you seen over there? Because ultimately, we just want to help people find the right people. Like Gemma's got her own business as well, and I've got mine, as well as She Awakens, but together it just feels gorgeous. And I think when you're in that mindset as well of it's not all about me, it's so free. It's just isn't it? When you make it not all about you, and it
helps you get out of bed, I think, in the morning. It helps you get to work. I think one of the things that I struggled with when I worked in corporate was I didn't give enough of a shit. Like, I cared, but it was really only to do as little as I could to get paid as much as I could. And they only employed me to pay me as little as they could for me to do as much as I could. It was just like this. And although, I liked the companies that I were working for, it wasn't my driving force. I didn't get out of bed to teach people how to answer phones and do their good customer service for the sake of the brand. Whereas today, I get out of bed to help people share what it is that they want to change the world with. Now that I can get into, that I can get out of bed for.
And we want to help people find their thing. So, we've all got that little sparkle or that little flame in our bellies, haven't we? The little fire that we know the things that we like, but sometimes we're just scared to do them because we've been told that's not a proper job, or you'll never make money doing that, or you can't, or whatever we've been told. But it's about showing people that, you know what, you can. You can do whatever you want. You've just got to, if you've got shit to work through the shit. But just, I think having someone believe in you, or seeing someone that's come from, like, oh God, go back a few years, I was a mess. And I don't feel embarrassed about it now, because I can look back and go, that's made me what I am today. Right. But, I've been in some dark places. So I don't make excuses anymore. I try and show people, like, you just need to change that little bit of your mindset and have a big hug, and I'm with you,
It's interesting. There's this concept that we've not that I've come across. It's a concept that's always been there, but the hands at your back, having people around you that have their hands at your back, just ready to, if you fall back a little bit, just to give you a little nudge, and having those people around you is really important. Charlotte Clark, one of our speakers in Be Inspired, is talking about that, and the concept of red tents, and the concept of the concept of that kind, surrounding yourself with that kind of love,
sisterhood, isn't it? Like, without being too cheesy, like,
without the bullshit.
It's knowing that you're with people who aren't going to judge you or take the piss out of you if you make a mistake. And if things go a bit tits up, they're going to be like, that's all right, come on, try again, or if you tried this, or if you tried that.
Niki, for some people coming across She Awakens, and they feel a little bit curious. So they've seen the likes of me talking about woo and burning my sage, and I take the mickey out of it, but I love it. And I have my crystals, and I do my intentions on the new moon, and I get rid with the old moon. I do all of these things because it allows me to be really focused and intentional about all the things that I want to call into my life. And it allows me to say, oh, there's an old moon coming up. It reminds me to check in with the things that I've done the previous month, all of this sort of stuff. So whether it's woo or whether it's just habits, good, really, really, really good habits, it doesn't really matter. What would you say to those people that have been sort of seeing these things and they feel a little bit, ooh, what's that? How does that even apply to my life and business? What would you say to those people?
Oh, just follow what feels good for you. And if you're getting that little fire that's going a little bit higher in your belly, and you're like, that's the thing. Your body just tells you, doesn't it? Like, I love crystals and the moon cycles and all that, because it feels like a little bit of magic to me. And I think, like, for whatever you believe in, past lives and stuff like that, I've definitely been some sort of witch, because everything like really resonates with me loads. But I'd say don't knock it till you've tried it. Don't worry about what other people say. And if put yourself in a safe circle of people as well who aren't going to judge. There's so many groups out there now. I mean, like, we've got She Awakens, but there's so many others that are there for people who are woo curious. But we link it into business, because when you can really understand how you're feeling and what's right for you, and again bringing in the cycles of the moon, which is just amazing, isn't it? It's like, what do you want to create? What shit do you want to let go of? What do you want to create? How can that's just amazing.
Yeah, like, what's weird about that when you look at that? What's you think
development?
There's so little that's strange about it, actually, when you start to move into it. That, if we look at things like menstrual cycles, or for those people that have cycles, and the energy that you have at different times of the month, once you start understanding stuff like that, you can start applying those things. If you are able to your business, you can start to protect your energies at the times when your physical energies don't feel as strong, when you're feeling more creative, when things are more in flow. Often when we start to listen to ourselves, these things start to pull through, don't they?
Yeah, and linking that all to your business as well. So what you said, the cycles, me and Gemma, we know, like, when I'm in my winter, when I'm about to come on, I can't. I just want to lay on the couch and be cuddled and eat chocolate and punch someone in the face.
I get that a lot. I get that at about 2:30 a.m. when Wallace is snoring, but that's every night. I don't think that's cyclical. That's just every night.
My husband, we call him Pig Snake, because he snores like a pig and a snake. So
Pig Snake. Oh my goodness, there's all sorts. But I think when we come back to I think one of the really powerful bits of this conversation is being a cycle breaker. And it's interesting because in Be More right now, we're in week 2 of our Be More program, and last night we were talking about cycle breaking. And I don't know if you come across a guy, he's called Nate Postlethwaite, and for all of you listening, please do go and check him out. This is a quote from the book that I wrote, but it's his quote. And I reckon you'll like this, because I think that what you and Gemma are doing with She Awakens really helps people to do this. It goes like this. Never underestimate a cycle breaker. Not only did they experience years of generational trauma, but they stood in the face of the trauma and fought to say, this ends with me. This is brave. This is powerful. This comes at significant cost. Never underestimate a cycle breaker. And finding those spaces like She Awakens, where you can start to explore that part of yourself, I think is just a phenomenal situation.
And that's it. It's like, it's okay. Whoever you are, wherever you've been, that doesn't matter. Where you are now matters, and where you want to go matters. And it's about helping people shift that shit. Don't look back at all the bad stuff that's gone. Learn from it and heal it. But don't let that keep you where you are, because you can do anything. And embracing, like, again, connecting to yourself using meditation and the cycles of the moon, and finding out what you want and creating things that light you up. Like, when people talk about stuff they love, their eyes light up and they talk faster and they get dead excited.
Everything lifts.
And it feels amazing. But imagine living that. And that's what we're trying to get our ladies to, or help the women who are ready to go towards, like, keeping that fire. Like, I don't ever feel like I'm going to work. I love every little itty bitty bit about all the stuff that I do, because everything that I love, and I've created that over the last 7 years, and it hasn't been easy, but I've done it. And now I live the life that I love, and it's only going to get better because I'm going to manifest the shit out of it.
I love it. And I love it. So, but you can't, but that's what you feel. And it's that excitement that it becomes the propellant. It becomes the thing that spurs you on. And often we're led by the stick. Often we're running in fear. And I think that, I've been guilty of this quite a lot of really, like, my workaholism really shows up when I'm running in fear of something. I start to work very, 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 very hard. And actually my best work happens When I'm in the allowance space, when I'm in the
feminine.
joy space, when I've just got off a client call and we've absolutely nailed their talk, or when we've just, they've had the breakthroughs of their messaging and they can't wait to go and get out there. And that's the real joy space. And then they'll go tell other people, and then other people come to me. And all of a sudden, it doesn't have to be hard.
Yeah.
And I think it's working in that excitement space, that joy space, because it becomes, I get this feeling across here, I get crackly. It feels crackly. I don't know. Where do you feel it? Here?
Like
you're like,
and I feel like I'm going to pee glitter everywhere. I'm just like...
I get it. I absolutely get it. Let me know in the comments, you lot watching along, if you get this. You know when you go, like it's dead exciting.
Like a kid.
Yeah. Like this morning, having this conversation with you has got me feeling that kind of way. It's amazing. So Niki, tell us what's coming up for you. How can we connect with you guys? How can we get involved with She Awakens? Like, tell us.
So tomorrow we've got the opening of our membership group. So it's called just She Awakens membership group, but it's everything that that we love. And I wrote a list because I'm not going to remember it all.
She's come prepared. I love it.
There's so much in it. So we've got like the business basics. So it is for the curious female entrepreneur, or the woman who's already started. So we've got business basics, law of attraction, meditation. We've got chakra work, tarot, quantum holographic echo healing.
Flipping out, what's that?
Oh my God, it's amazing. So,
right, hang on, let me repeat this. Quantum holographic echo healing.
Yeah. So
tell me more.
It's about 12 months old. I was one of the first people to take the course in it. Mm-hmm. And it's been developed by an amazing woman called Anne-Marie Myers-Clapp, who runs Soul Awakening Academy. But quantum holographic echo healing, if you're feeling like, for anyone that's got a load of shit going on, or they feel like they're a little bit niggly, or their energy's heavy and they can't quite put their finger on it, quantum holographic echo healing goes straight to the root of the niggle, and it'll pick up an emotion. So we hold our trauma and our emotions in our chakras, or in our energy field, in our aura, and we've all got our own aura, but we're also part of the big aura, which is the quantum field. So I'm connected to you, even though we're not together, and we can feel each other's energy because we've just been in it together, making squeaky noises. So we don't need to be together to connect. So that's the quantum field. It works with the subconscious energy. And we use a pendulum to go through a sequence of questions, and the pendulum will pick things up. So, for example, if you were struggling in the root chakra, it'll take us to the root chakra, and it might pick up abandonment as an emotion. Mm-hmm. And then that is sort of mentioned to the client, and whatever comes up for them as like a memory or a flashback or a feeling, that's the right thing for them.
And it through it.
Works on a timeline as well, so from like the moment you're born to now. So it could be childhood stuff, it could be recent, but it can be past lives, and it can be other people's as well. So we hold core issue and beliefs. So if we're told as a kid, you're stupid, you can't, you're not good enough, all these things, we just believe them because we don't question it as kids, and it becomes part of who we think we are. So shifting all these things, or looking at them. If you've got something in a box in your head with a big chain on and a rock on the top, we're going in that box to find out what's in there without you even, giving it permission. You can't, your subconscious will just step forwards. The holographic part is like your unique blueprint. So whatever you've been through in your life is different to mine. Mm-hmm. Your DNA and how you're made up is different to mine. So it picks up on that. The echo is the unhealed trauma. So you'll know this, if you don't heal the thing that keeps coming up and showing you a message, it'll just keep echoing. Yeah,
it's just like keep shouting at you. You can't help it. It becomes noisy, and then starts manifesting itself in really shitty behaviours. And it's those behaviours you lot when you don't. Why am I doing this? I know it's not good for me. Why am I doing it? And it's these. I guess it's these echoes that are showing up that are
unhealed trauma.
Yeah.
So that's the echo, and then the healing. There's different healing. That's part of the healing.
I imagine,
but you should book in and have a go.
It sounds incredible. I am here for all of it. I am here for absolutely all of it. But Niki, thank you. How do we connect with you? No, it's fine. I stopped you. I was excited.
You can find us. So there's so much more. There's like, we've got a weekly crystal workshop with an amazing crystal healer. We've got a women's health workshop with a lady who's a herbalist and essential oils. So she's talking about yoni health as well and all different things.
Yoni health.
I know, yeah.
It's the health of the vajayjay.
So yeah, you can find us at, I don't know how to share that with you.
It's all right. Yeah, so if you go into the search of Facebook and put She Awakens, I'm imagining that we will find you, or perhaps connect with you, Niki. Is that one of the right ways to go about it? And then you can direct them in the right place. Niki, it's been an absolute joy this morning. I know you were feeling a little bit nervous beforehand. I hope that you've enjoyed yourself.
Oh, I have. Thanks.
Amazing. To go and find out more about Niki Kinsella and the fabulous Gemma as they share their awakening journey with you. She Awakens, bring the real you to life. I love it. Gemma Oral, thank you for watching in the comments as well. Two absolute legends right there doing the good work. When sleeping women awaken, mountains move. And that is exactly what you guys are doing. Go write it down. It's a Chinese proverb. I didn't make it up. I'm not going to claim it. But you can absolutely share it. Go for your life. Niki Kinsella, everybody. The crowd go wild.
Thank you.
What a fabulous show. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I love my guests so much. I needed that this morning. I needed to get into that space this morning. I don't know if you guys did too. It's always really, really interesting with the show at Rise Up Show that whatever guest we have on always feels like the right person to serve up to you that day. And today definitely feels like that. So, all right, you bloody gorgeous human beings. I bid you the best of Tuesdays. If you have not got your Be Inspired ticket already, you need to be putting ticket in the comments or get over to the IATQB Hive, which is my free community where we carry on the conversation. We share our challenges, we share our successes, and we cheerlead or give you a bit of a love and a cuddle, regardless of whatever it is that you need. We've absolutely got you. Please make sure you are following us. Operation Swipe Up is still underway. We need your help. Go and follow at the Queen Bee Dani on the Instagram. I've got an idea, by the way. I'm going to throw it by you. Let me see, let me hear what you think. That I need to start doing a regular live over on Insta as part of Operation Swipe Up. What about Tales from the Island? Who's here for this? Tales from the Island, where we get people in to share their successes from the island. So like a bit of a vision board weekly situation where people can share how they achieved their vision. Let me know in the comments if that is a thing that we need to do over on the Queen Bee Dani, which is my Instagram handle. Well, I'm the Queen Bee Dani, whatever. Emma Roscoe, are you here for this? Is this even a thing? Do we do Tales from the Island? We think so. Nicola's saying, yes, it's a good idea. Right. Well, make sure you go and follow me. I will try and get that set up. Maybe a Sunday evening over a glass of wine after Sunday dinner, talking about success from the island. I'm here for this. I feel like, I want a huge shout out to the incredible John Cusick who got in touch with me last night saying, hey, I've got an idea for you, Dani. Do you fancy doing this? And it was like Dani Island discs or something to do with the island. Definitely something around that. I will happily swim to the island. It's a bit Bill Bryson. I love it. Tales from the Island. Let's do it. All right. Island coffee time. I will work something out. I will share with you on here when that first one's going to go live. But please do make sure you follow me on Instagram at the Queen Bee Dani. Go tell your friends as well. Have an incredible, phenomenal Tuesday, you lot. I will see you for Hump Day tomorrow. Go and get him. I'll see you later.